Earthquakes are usually caused when rock underground suddenly breaks along a fault. This sudden release of energy causes the seismic waves that make the ground shake. When two blocks of rock or two plates are rubbing against each other, they stick a little. They don't just slide smoothly, the rocks catch on each other. The rocks are still pushing against each other, but not moving. After a while, the rocks break because of all the pressure that's built up. When the rocks break, the earthquake occurs. During the earthquake and afterward, the plates or blocks of rock start moving, and they continue to move until they get stuck again. The spot underground where the rock breaks is called the focus of the earthquake. The place right above the focus, on top of the ground, is called the epicenter of the earthquake. Try this little experiment. Break a block of foam rubber in half. Put the pieces on a smooth table. Put the rough edges of the foam rubber pieces together. While pushing the two pieces together lightly, push one piece away from you along the tabletop while pulling the other piece toward you. See how they stick? Keep pushing and pulling smoothly. Soon a little bit of foam rubber along the crack will break and the two pieces will suddenly slip past each other. That sudden breaking of the foam rubber is the earthquake. That's just what happens along a strike-slip fault. Earthquake-like seismic waves can also be caused by explosions underground. These explosions may be set off to break rock while making tunnels for roads, railroads, subways, or mines. These explosions, however, don't cause very strong seismic waves. You may not even feel them. Sometimes seismic waves occur when the roof or walls of a mine collapse. These can sometimes be felt by people near the mine. The largest underground explosions, from tests of nuclear warheads, can create seismic waves very much like large earthquakes. This fact has been exploited as a means to enforce the global nuclear test ban, because no nuclear warhead can be detonated on Earth without producing such seismic waves. Now before moving forward, let me tell you about faults. Earthquakes can also occur far from the edges of plates, along faults. Faults are cracks in the earth where sections of a plate, or two plates, are moving in different directions. Faults are caused by all that bumping and sliding the plates do. They are more common near the edges of the plates. There are three types of faults: normal faults, reverse faults, and strike-slip faults. Normal faults are the cracks where one block of rock is sliding downward and away from another block of rock. These faults usually occur in areas where a plate is very slowly splitting apart or where two plates are pulling away from each other. A normal fault is defined by the hanging wall moving down relative to the footwall, which is moving up. Reverse faults are cracks formed where one plate is pushing into another plate. They also occur where a plate is folding up because it's being compressed by another plate pushing against it. At these faults, one block of rock is sliding underneath another block or one block is being pushed up over the other. A reverse fault is defined by the hanging wall moving up relative to the footwall, which is moving down. Strike-slip faults are the cracks between two plates that are sliding past each other. You can find these kinds of faults in California. The San Andreas Fault is a strike-slip fault. It's the most famous California fault and has caused a lot of powerful earthquakes. Earthquakes are caused by a sudden release of stress along faults in the Earth's crust. The continuous motion of tectonic plates causes a steady buildup of pressure in the rock strata on both sides of a fault until the stress is sufficiently great that it is released in a sudden, jerky movement. The resulting waves of seismic energy propagate through the ground and over its surface, causing the shaking we perceive as earthquakes. Most earthquakes occur along the edge of the oceanic and continental plates. The Earth's crust is made up of several pieces, called plates. The plates under the oceans are called oceanic plates and the rest are continental plates. The plates are moved around by the motion of a deeper part of the Earth, the mantle, that lies underneath the crust. These plates are always bumping into each other, pulling away from each other, or past each other. The plates usually move at about the same speed that your fingernails grow. Earthquakes usually occur where two plates are running into each other or sliding past each other. The earthquakes we observe in Switzerland result from collisions between the European and African lithospheric plates, reflecting the underlying mechanics of these tectonic processes. Human activity like tunnel construction, filling reservoirs, and implementing geothermal or fracking projects can trigger earthquakes, too. Earthquakes in Europe are essentially a result of stress in the Earth's crust. For naturally occurring earthquakes, the source of this stress is plate tectonics. If you like this information, subscribe my channel and like my video. Thank you.